All right, so what's the difference between an EA and a CPA, and which one should you choose? Let's handle that now. Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Don Felker, and here on this channel, I teach software developers how to start freelancing and start, survive, and thrive in the world of consulting and freelancing and software in general. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about what's the difference between an EA and a CPA. So first of all, what do these acronyms even mean? So EA means enrolled agent, and CPA means certified public accountant. So what is the big difference? Now, most likely you've probably never even heard of an EA, and in fact, I didn't even hear of an EA until about 4 or 5 years ago. Most likely you've heard everyone toss around the word accountant or CPA, certified public accountant. It's a very common term, so you've probably heard that tossed around. When you're starting your business, you probably thought, well, I need to get an accountant. But now I'm telling you, well, there's also something known as an enrolled agent. That's an EA. So what's the big difference? First, let's hop into what each one of these things are. First off, let's talk about CPAs. Traditionally, CPAs are going to have a much more wider, expansive skill set that are focused on all different types of businesses. They're certified public accountants, and they're certified by the state authority that they're within. So if you're in perhaps Arizona, New Jersey, California, wherever, your accountant is going to be certified by that state as a certified public accountant. Your certified public accountant could be an individual, could work for an accounting firm or anything like that. They handle all kinds of stuff such as bookkeeping, handling your taxes, planning, estates, and so forth. So that's kind of just the quick rundown of what a CPA is. Of course, the definition, if you Google it, there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff that they do, but that's at the high level. Now, what is an EA? An EA is an enrolled agent and the rules associated within them. Furthermore, an EA is registered with the IRS, and they are considered tax specialists by the IRS. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe there is a 5-year term that an EA must work with the IRS to be certified through the IRS as a tax specialist. What I have learned through my personal experience of working with the EA is that I have found that a lot of EAs are very highly focused and know tax law in and out. They know the ins and outs of almost all of the tax, especially for businesses. So for me, working with an EA is a fantastic thing because I'm finding a much more knowledgeable person than I have with previous CPAs. Now, that's not to say that there's CPAs out there that don't know their stuff. There are many CPAs that are very good, firms out there that are phenomenal. So not to discount them. This is just on an individual basis from what I have found. I went out and found CPAs and had CPAs for many years. And then recently, a couple of years ago, I was looking for a new CPA and ran across someone that said, hey, I'm a CPA and an EA. And I thought, well, what is an EA? And ended up digging into it, learning a lot about it, and talking to him regarding what he does. One of the interesting things that I learned about enrolled agents is that they are the people who will represent you in the term or in the case that you do get audited by the IRS. If you get audited, you have to represent yourself in front of the IRS saying that here's all of my taxes, here's everything that I've done, and this stuff is legit or correct, and prove your case. An EA is going to represent you in that situation, and they know how to handle that entire process from start to finish. So if you are in the unfortunate situation of getting audited by the IRS, I highly recommend that you go take a look and find an enrolled agent in your area that can help you with your IRS audit. It's going to relieve a lot of stress and give you a lot of help. So which one should you really work with? Well, before I'm going to answer that question, please note that EAs can also be CPAs, and most likely they were CPAs before they became an enrolled agent with the IRS. So that is the case in which I've fallen into. When I was looking for a new CPA, I found a CPA that was an EA, was an enrolled agent. So my accountant in his firm does everything and has a very deep knowledge set and specializes in businesses and tax with businesses. So if you are running a business, freelancing, consulting, maybe even a startup, or you're looking to start something up, or just looking for a new CPA in general, and you're in a business, perhaps go see if you can find an enrolled agent area, interview them, ask them some questions of how they could help your business, whatever type it is, to see if it's going to be a good fit for you. So which one do I recommend? Honestly, either one that does the job. So if you have a CPA that's great and works for you, then use them. If you find an enrolled agent and you speak to them and that makes you happy, then use them. The only time that I'm going to recommend that you go straight to an EA is if you find yourself in the situation where you're getting audited by the IRS. That's the time when you want to make sure that you have a specialist on your side to make sure that you're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's to make sure you're following all of the situations that the IRS needs data for and represent you accordingly. Now, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I'll talk to you in the next video.